All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the August Did You Know webinar. We are so excited today to talk about hot updates and cool tools and everything that FMG has been up to this summer. I'm Amy Galli. I'm the Vice President of Product and Customer Marketing, and I'm so excited. Susan Theder is here to joining me today. She's our Chief Marketing and Experience Officer.
Hi,
So
everybody. It is so nice to be here.
yes, and let's get the chat going. Everyone's kind of settling in and still joining, so maybe we can ask. I'd love to hear what people did this summer. Maybe drop in the chat if you did something super fun. And Susan, did
Highlight
you
can
do
be
anything?
a trip, it could be a concert, it could be a beach day. Tell us 10 national
Oh
parks.
my gosh,
All right,
that's
I think that might
awesome.
be, I'm not sure anybody's topping that. That's amazing.
No,
Went to Columbia, Yellowstone. I've
Columbia,
never been to Yellowstone. Iceland. I
Aruba for
did go to
2 weeks.
Iceland this spring, Greg.
Yeah,
Aruba
Aruba for
for
2 weeks.
2 weeks. Oh my God, I've got total envy.
I know. Oh, Kauai, one of my happy
Oh,
places.
leaving for 10 days in Ireland, Paul, and just this is amazing. Wow. Okay. Everybody had a really good road trip to Boston. I'm in Boston.
Susan, did you do anything fun this summer?
Did I do any? Not compared to everybody on this webinar, apparently. No, I moved to Boston and enjoyed Boston. Well,
Well, I
leaving
don't
for
know.
Barcelona. All right, I got a rock. Do you think that's engaged?
Oh, probably. I think
Oh,
so.
just like Taylor and Travis.
Well,
All
I
right,
don't know if I should
let's get going.
embarrass.
We're getting a move it along from somebody.
Okay, let's go. All right, housekeeping. The recording will be sent to you after the webinar, of course, and then look out. We always send you an email with all the resources, replays, and everything that you could use in there. And then, of course, we'd love to hear from you in the chat. If you have a specific question, we do have someone from support on today. So if you do it in the Q&A, it's more likely to be found easier. So those are just a few things there. Reminder, in case you missed last month, we had Samantha Russell come on and she did an in-depth a webinar on our new AI tools. We're going to touch on them today, but if you want to see a little bit more, you can go back and see that. It'll be in the follow-up email as well. So today we're going to talk about a new tool to boost your AEO. And if you have not heard of that term yet, we're going to walk through that. There's some new social and content library updates. We're going to give you a sneak peek at some of the things that are coming, and we'll dive into the platform so you can see demos and all that. So let's start with this one though, Susan. I know you were so excited about this new enhancement because you've been doing a ton of webinars around AI and AEO and how getting found online is just
Yeah.
different. So do you want to talk a little bit about the new FAQ widget?
Yeah, so I'm guessing, and I'd love to see this in the chat, and I will not slow it down to see answers, but how many of you, just say yes, used some answer engine today, like chat, to ask it a question, whether it be like best dermatologist in the area? That was one I used this morning. Yeah, everybody. So that is how people are looking for financial advisors now. So in the past, we were all about how do we strategize to get SEO so that your link shows up in Google's search. Now it is about coming up in the answers, and that's why we call it answer engine optimization. So what we did is worked with our product team, and what we want to do is we've done some research, and I actually just talked to a Harvard MIT PhD. I couldn't even actually list all of his degrees. He was talking about LLM search capabilities and how to best format your content so that you show up. And this is actually what's exciting is SEO is actually pretty challenging for us to do at FMG at scale. But AEO is something that we can coach on and deliver much more easily. So one of the key factors in being found in a chat or answer engine is to have answers to the question that people are asking. So it's literally looking out there. So if somebody says, you know, how much do I need to save for retirement? If on your website you have a question that says, how much should I save for retirement? That is going to increase the chances that you're getting found versus you have, a paragraph of copy that talks about retirement goals. So the shift is moving copy from just copy blocks to thinking about what are the questions people are asking and what are the answers that we want to provide in very real conversational speak. And so what we've done on the website is make it easy for you to add a frequently asked question section, either on the nav up at the top or within any of your pages. And we're recommending doing this because it really will enhance your ability to get found, and it's very easy. Most of you have, off the top of your head, a list of 10 to 20 questions that you get asked all the time. And you also, if you look at your copy today, it's very easy to flip copy into a question answer format. So if you're writing about your estate planning services, instead of estate planning services, you could say, what kind of estate services do you provide clients? And then frame that copy. So Amy's going to show us on the website tool how easy we make it for you to add an FAQ section. And then what's best is that the way an answer engine finds that copy is something called schema markup, which is a technical term, and it's really just a way that copy is being coded in the back end to be found. So we've added this widget, which Amy, you want to show how you add it?
So I just went over here to websites, and I can pick any, you can add this to any page. So I just picked my home page here, and I added, you had recommended some FAQ questions. So I put yours in here, but I'm going to show you how you add this section. So you go to add section here, and then you go down to your widgets. And you're probably familiar with a lot of these. They're your different calls to actions, and they're formatted in different ways.
This is a good reminder. I mean, for those of you that haven't, updated your website recently with new calls to action, or, just even going into this and looking at what are the widgets that we have available, I think is a worthwhile exercise. And then you see here, the newest widget is FAQ with schema markup, which basically means we've formatted it so that makes it super easy for you to write your question, your answer, and have it formatted well, but have it automatically have the schema markup behind it that enables it to get found in the answer engines. For best practices, I would say, look at your website. I'd add an FAQ section up at the top and have it be a nav. And then you could have it under resources, and then look at each of your pages, and where you talk about something that is likely something clients ask about or might search about, add a section of FAQs under, your services. It could be, when you're talking about XYZ service, add an FAQ box so that you can frame the questions and answers that relate to that.
And I was actually on a webinar yesterday with Samantha, and she was talking about AEO, and she said there was some research done that there's a much higher conversion rate if you're found through AI, through the AI channels versus Googling, like the best financial advisor near me. And the reason is because you think about it, as we put questions into AI, we're being very specific and putting a lot more detail. So then it's looking for those things. So if you do this and have the most obvious answer to them, you're more likely to show up.
Absolutely. And can you put this widget in emails and social media? No, this is just for your website. The answer engines cannot troll your emails to find answers to questions. It's just what's publicly available on your public website. It could on social media though, yes.
Yeah. I did hear one more really good tip too. They have their, one advisor was talking about how they have their assistant, people who answer the phones, to take down any questions that they get, because a lot of times they're the first one that get the questions, and put those on their website. So another idea for more
really
FAQs.
cool. I got a question from somebody, and Amy, I don't know if you know the answer, or we might need to get back to somebody, but a good friend of mine from Osaic is asking, it says that they only have the HTML option in their widgets. They're not seeing the FAQ widget, which maybe we'll take it offline because it should be visible to all, or is it just available in premium?
No, this one is available in all, so we'll have to take a look at that.
Okay, we'll take that offline.
Okay, so let's keep on with the AI theme, because we were so excited. This was our big releases this summer, was about actually having AI write email, social, and blogs for you. And I do want to call out that this is in premium marketing. So if you're not seeing it, you probably have an older package or something like this. But to help people who want these tools right now, we are running a promotion with sales. So we'll show you how you can talk to them if you want to add them if you don't currently have them. But Susan, what are you most excited about on the AI writing tools?
Well, again, I'm sure if I asked anybody if they've used any of the like ChatGPT or other to help them write something, I'm sure they'd say yes. Like it's just such a time savings. Like getting that first draft is the hardest. So the fact that we've embedded this is like magic. We've embedded it into the platform so that you can use it for a first draft for social, first draft for email, first draft for a blog, have it refine it just like you do on the platforms. But what we've done is we've ensured and trained ours to make sure that everything it's saying is compliant and that it's not hallucinating, that it's not including data that's wrong or lacking citations. So it gives you that confidence that you don't have to scour it to make sure that you're not saying something that would embarrass you or make a mistake. So it leverages the best of the chat platforms within both a marketing and compliant way and makes it just so easy.
And we'd love to hear. So we have some swag to give away today. So we've got a tote bag and a hat and things like that. So maybe drop in the chat and let us know if you've already tried out these and if you like them or kind of in the email, social, or blog. But also we'd love to show, we'll do a demo. Do you want to drop in what you'd like to see, email, social, or blog? And we'll
Yeah, give us a
most
prompt.
popular
Oh,
one.
I've tried them and love them. All right, I'm going to say,
Okay.
Aubrey, I think we got to give something to Aubrey first answer and try them and love
Okay.
them. Oh, blog, social, new to this. This is great. Awesome. Have
All
tried
right.
them as well. So does anybody have a question? Like give us a challenge. Write us an email about, anybody want to throw out a prompt? If not, I was going to say like write us write an email about the Big Beautiful Bill Act and what I should tell, something that I should tell clients about.
Okay. I'll start there. And include the top features, retirees. Okay, and then I can pick, so I'm gonna put that in there, and then you can also pick your writing style. So we picked a couple, looking at other advisors and how they write, you can kind of find something that sounds like you. So I'm gonna do the study captain for this one, and I'm gonna generate that here. And so as it's thinking, you can see here it's saying checking for compliance flags. So the other thing about this that's great and is totally different than like a chat GPT or just using that is that we've already got, FINRA and SEC guidelines in there so that the draft that you're going to get is written to pass the compliance test. Okay, well, it already found one in here, so let's start.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah, I've never seen that before. See, that's what happens when you do live demo. Um, okay, so we're going to generate new email here, checking for compliance flags, and then we pass the compliance test this time. So I've got my body of my email here. If I like this, I can use that, or I can say I want to make shorter. I can add some other prompts in there or things like that. So this is generating your email, and then I can come over here and copy this and put it in my email here. And then it has the subject line and all that so that I can grab everything here. And then And so if I like this, then I can send out that email. Here's just a preview of how it came out. But it lets you really just continue to refine your piece, make shorter, make longer. You can make
Cool.
comments to it and things like that.
So is Muse available to just Diffum? No, Muse is available to Premium, and
Premium, Elevate, and Diffum.
Premium, Elevate, and Diffum.
Okay, and so it works the
And
same.
does it all still go through compliance? I'm just reading some of the questions because I think that's relevant. The answer is
Perfect.
yes.
Yes.
Everything still goes through compliance. It just, nothing's different. It's as if you wrote it yourself. It's
Mhm.
just giving you that aid as well as that overwatch that gives you an idea as to whether or not there's anything that might be flagged by compliance. And how trustworthy is this? This is based on, from a compliance standpoint, 18 years of working with compliance departments who have reviewed our content. So 100%, from a compliance perspective, we have really pounded this. And from a content perspective, as I said, we have trained it such that it can't hallucinate. It's not using, public ChatGPT. This is not ChatGPT just embedded. It is our own proprietary based on the information that we have put into it. So we can't afford for it to have the possibility of hallucinating or making mistakes. So you can trust it.
And it really solves for that, just that blank page, when you pull up that email and you're like, what am I going to write about? So, as Susan said, it really is writing for you. Everything works through the regular workflows.
And can it provide sources? Do you know, this is a question I asked yesterday when we were prepping for it, because I was like, I don't think it cannot. So it does not write currently. It's on the roadmap, but it currently does not include anything that would need to be sourced or cited. And that is how it remains safe. So the answer is no, it doesn't currently, but it also writes such that it is not talking about data that would need to be sourced.
Okay, great. Any more questions you want to answer through this, or do you want to move on to Sidekick?
I think we're good. We're getting some questions. Maybe our helpers can, answer some questions in the chat, since I know we won't be able to get to everybody.
Okay, so if you have not seen, there's a little button, circle down here on everybody's dashboard. So this is not just premium. And if you click in here, you can ask, this is just getting better help right in the platforms versus having to call customer service or send an email or things like that. So it'll do a bunch of different things. Like I put in here earlier, like how do I write an email with Muse? And it goes through our knowledge base and it'll give you step-by-step answers on how to's. But you can also use it for things like how many emails should I send a prospect a month? And it started giving me the frequency that it recommended and what I should think about and maybe some campaigns. So it's more than just your knowledge base, like how to. You can ask it different questions. And we have some exciting enhancements that we're going to talk about in a little bit of how to
So
make.
AIM, we are getting a bunch of questions about people not seeing Muse. Some from Theder, some from Kestra, some from others. They have a premium, but they're not seeing it.
Sure.
Anything
So
that we can like blanket sort of troubleshoot or get back to people?
yes, so we do have some firms that have not approved it yet because they're still reviewing. A lot of firms have a lot of due diligence that they're doing around AI. So we provide them all the details and things like that. So we do have a handful of firms that even if you do have premium at this point, they may not have approved it.
So if you're at one of those firms, Amy, what would you suggest they do? Just hang tight, know that we're working with their compliance teams to hopefully get it approved, and then they will see it.
Yes, we're working with them regularly, and they should be seeing it soon.
Perfect.
All right, let's hop back into this.
Not to minimize that sidekick thing. I think a lot of people might have been typing questions, but
Oh, were they? Okay, we can go
this
back to
is, just to summarize it, I mean, this is so cool, and the potential where we are going with this is going to be amazing. So right now you can type in questions, when should I send emails? How many should I send? But in the future, it's going to be embedded, enable what we're calling a nudge, where it will actually send you alerts. And as you're doing something, it even makes suggestions about how to make it better. So we, I think, are leading the way with AI in a way that will make life even easier for you and also optimize every every bit of effort that you make.
Yes, absolutely. So
Very
excited
exciting.
about my roadmap.
Where do you navigate to use Muse? I think it's just within, if you're in email or in social or in
Mhm.
blog, you're going to see that little rainbowy color thing. Want to just show
Well,
that?
I'll show a different one just because we went into email. So if I do post on social here, you'll see whenever you see these like three little things, it's right with AI. So I'm going to go here and you'll get that slide
Look
out
for the
here.
right with AI. And
Mhm.
is there a way for people to, log in and see what subscription they have?
Yes, that's what I was going to talk about next. So let's go back to our slideshow so they can see it. So we just rolled out the self-service billing portal. One of the number one things that you call customer service about is finding an invoice, changing your payment card, knowing what platform, what package you have. So now when you go in, your image at the top here, so like you'll click on that and under settings, it says manage billing, and then you'll go into your billing portal and you can manage that all yourself versus having to call customer service for any of those things. And that's a great place if you're not sure what package you have right now and whether you're getting some of these new features that you can find out there. Okay, so another thing that's new in the library to make it really easy to send content. So many of you find pieces that you like in there and then you want to save it as a template, like maybe it's a new client welcome email or something that you're going to use again and again. You used to have to go through the whole process of sending it before you could pick to save as a template. You can still do that, but now when you go into collections, that's an option there that you can go into save as a template and then edit anything. So then you are the author and can easily come back and find those things.
Yeah, that's awesome. Do you want to give them an example of like a typical one?
Well, yeah, I mean, the new client one is one that people use again and again. Some people, save templates for, your annual review or,
Mm.
things that you would use again and again. Some people do the same event each year, and so they want to create an invitation to that. So there's lots of them in there, especially the operational ones is probably what I see more of them saving templates as. So things like that.
Very cool.
Okay, so some new stuff on social. We now have social video upload, and I know, Susan, that you always talk so much about how video is so important. Do you want to talk a little bit about this one?
I mean, I think everybody feels a little uncomfortable about video. If we have do it for me customers on here, I send a video out every month describing our strategy. And I have to tell you, I still like I watch it for 2 seconds and I'm like, ooh, there are some people like Samantha, who just like is a magical in front of a video, but most of us are a little uncomfortable. But the reality is they get so much more clicks, impressions. People remember, I mean, I think it's, gosh, I'm going to forget the step. It's something like, if you send text versus a video, people retain the message like 10x if they've watched the video versus reading. Anyway, so push yourself a bit. And we've made it easy, and it doesn't have to be perfect. The point is, if you saw any of my do it for me videos, they're not perfect. Be you, and that's what people will love. And so we've made it easy. So one of the barriers has been, do I have to get a Wistia account, a Vidyard account, a YouTube account? And like, that sounds daunting. Now you can just upload the video and post it without worrying about all that. Is there anything else you'd add, Aim?
Yeah, and also you can select your thumbnails. Like, so if you look down here as it comes up, you can see the frame, so you can pick which thumbnail you want in there, and like it just makes it really nice and easy. I mean, and so many people now just take video on their cell phone, and it comes out really nice. So this is easy way to use that. The other thing that we added to social posting was profile specific social posting. So before you used to have to like if you were going to send something, you got to send it to all of them. Now you can say like, "Hey, I want to do my monthly market insights to my LinkedIn, but I'm going to, celebrate some holidays and maybe some more lighthearted stuff on my Facebook account, or this goes to my company account." So it just gives you more flexibility to choose which content goes where. Oh, so this is the sneak peek part. Oh,
Oh,
Susan,
actually, I
you're
was on mute. So, because my dog was barking. A question about whether you can upload a YouTube video and send it out. And absolutely, like it just makes it easy to attach a video from your phone or upload it from YouTube or any of the other platforms. Super easy. Another question we did get, like, I can't see the billing portal. Can you show how people would access that?
Yeah, I mean, mine is a demo account, so I don't have billing, but what you do is in the top right here where you see your photo, when you drop that down, it'll say settings. And when you go into the settings, it'll have up here manage billing, and you can go to the billing portal from there. And if for some reason that is not showing for you, let us know and we can figure that out. There are some people, like some enterprises, that if you're paying direct to them, you might not see this. So there may be some instances of not seeing it.
Okay.
Okay, let's talk about some of the things coming up. For any of you who have multiple offices, I know that you've been asking for this for a while, an easier way to have multiple office locations in the footer. So that is coming soon. It's not live yet, and this feature is available for Website Suite Premium. So that is coming, showcase all your firm's locations with that new display. And then Susan, our AI roadmap is just continuing to build. Like this is
Oh my
just the
gosh.
start of it. So you want to talk about some of these things that you're super excited about?
Um, you go through we did the nudge one.
Yeah. So
Yeah, you
nudges,
take these.
yeah, nudge is super cool. So like basically we're going to look at how we can be more proactive with it. So instead of you just going and asking a question or asking it to build content, there'll be things like um, you can ask it like what's coming up in my calendar, and it will say, hey, maybe you should be scheduling something new because you don't have anything going out for a while. Other things like those nudges that Susan talked about, it can say like, hey, um, maybe this campaign didn't work so well. You should try that one. You had low open rates on that one. Hey, this one had super high open rates. You should try that again. And then just giving you more of a strategy. So we're building those things in that Susan and Sam and that we all talk about as best practices. So having more access to that right in the tools while you're using them.
Awesome.
All right. We're gonna start moving into like the like recommended content or anything like that. Susan, was there anything else in the chat that you wanted to answer about some of the updates
No, I
before
don't
we?
think so. Nope, I think we're getting it all. And there are a lot of long, so I'm just going to read while you talk.
Okay, cool. So recommended content for September. If you haven't looked at it, we always send out a 10-minute marketing calendar. This is a great way if you're not quite sure what to send. In there, it even schedules it out. It tells you which days you should go in and schedule things for. So emails, when are the automations going out, some good social posts, downloadables. Um, so this is a great place to come, and you would go in and schedule the content yourself. September is full of holidays and observances. So we've got Labor Day this weekend, and Rosh Hashanah, Patriots Day, National 401k Day, National Assisted Living Day, and first day of fall. So you can go into the library and find emails, social posts, cards, or anything for these that you want to celebrate. And then for planning, September is also, I know Susan loves football, so she's very excited. Fall sport kickoff. So those are kind of fun. I've seen some people like posting on social, what's your favorite team, things like that. What are you, cooking for your first football game? What are your snacks, things like that. So there's some fun things like that. It's also Life Insurance Awareness Month, so there's some emails and there's an Instagram carousel in there, and it's College Savings Month, so social posts, Instagram, emails. So go check out those things. Oh, giveaways. Susan, I know you've been looking at the chat. Do you want to pick a few people? We've got
Oh
this.
my gosh,
It,
that's really tough because I've been noticing it throughout. I wonder if we have any of our, oh gosh, that's too tough for me to do. I feel like I'm going to say it wrong. I think Laura Lee Placer um, called out early that she was like a big fan of, I think I'm going to get this right, using Muse. And so I was thinking we should definitely give her some swag. So that's one.
Okay.
And what are we going to do? Do you want to do the bag? What are you going to do?
Let's do the bag for her. I love my bag. I use mine all the time, and it also doubles as a yoga bag. You can put your thing in there.
Awesome.
I love the hats. We got those for Future Proof last year, and I actually wear my hat all the time. They're cute baseball hats, so
um,
that's a good one.
all right. Yeah, it's like I'm better at doing this during the thing, and we didn't do. Okay. Oh my gosh. I'm just gonna do random. So this is no judging. I'm just gonna go John Heel.
Random. Let's do
John
it.
Heel. I'm gonna spin I'm taking my mouse, I'm spinning, and wherever it ends up on. John Heel is next. How many winners do we have?
And then we got one more, the FMG Yeti.
Okay. I'm gonna do Chris Milek.
Perfect. Perfect. Hey,
Yay!
all right. We love our swag here, and we know you all like it too. Okay, so also, we do have some services. I know a lot of advisors say, marketing is still a challenge. So Susan, do you want to talk about our Do It For Me program?
Sure. And I'm sure you guys already heard this 100 times, but I will just try to do a very brief overview. Most advisors that we talk to and we coach just say at the end, like, that is a lot of great advice, but that's overwhelming. Can you just do it for me? Which is why we started this program. And the poll is over the slide, so you can't see it. But anyway, every month we get together and we strategize on what would be the best content calendar for the next month. And we think about timely topics, things that are on clients and prospects' minds, what COIs might want to hear about, what would be great social posts. And we do 2 blogs. We version them into emails that can go to prospects, clients, and centers of influence. We encourage you and help you create segments of segments of clients, as well as a segment of clients, prospects, and COIs. Then we write about 20 social posts. We version one of the blogs into a video script of 30 to 90 seconds, as well as a webinar or podcast script done in a fireside chat format, as well as do a marketing idea, which, for example, for September is hosting a webinar leveraging insights on the Big Beautiful Bill Act. And so we've done everything from what the emails would look like, the emails that you would send, the social posts that you would send if you wanted prospects to attend, how to make sure you have the right Zoom account, to what your opening comments would be, to the whole script. So, and then the most probably important part is you are assigned a dedicated concierge, and the concierge is there to review the calendar, help you make customizations, help you review the performance of the previous month's calendar, and then execute it all for you. We have a lot of raving fans, and we're really passionate about it because we feel it, for some advisors, it really fills a great need. So that's that.
Great. Also, just a plug for MRC. MRC is part of the FMG family. So if you're looking to leverage text messaging, and your firm has this, all the firms are requiring to have some sort of monitoring. We see a lot of really positive feedback of using them together. I thought this was the most amazing thing, that if you send a text message and say, I just sent you a DocuSign, people were getting them back within 3 hours. So it just working together, they work well.
All right, I just have to call out. We need some more swag. We've got some Diffum lovers. Let's just go Jennifer and Teresa and Melissa. Let's get them some swag. And we have to get Brianna, who is on our Do It For Me team, who's getting lots of props here, some swag as well.
Yay. Okay, great.
And do we have a program for texting? Somebody just said, yes, we do. We can go back a slide. And yes,
here's the QR code,
my rep chat.
Yes.
And Nicole wants some swag, so let's add her in.
All right, awesome. Also, we know you love referrals. We love referrals too. So if there is someone that you think that we would be a good fit for, we've made it really nice. You can both earn $100 through our referral if they come and become a customer. So, and then for next month, we have a September Did You Know? Check for your email for the September invite. And lastly, if you don't have the mobile app, here's the QR codes to download it. It is so amazing. You have at your fingertips the whole schedule of anything that's going out, and also feature that I love the best is that as we put new breaking content in there, it shows up on your home screen. So, something, in the market or whatever it may be happens, our content team is back there writing things and you'll get a notice. So the mobile app is a great one.
I love using MRC and FMG swag would be awesome. James D'Ambrosia. See, look, we should give swag for compliments and they keep coming in. All right, we'll download this so that we can send some more swag out. We gotta give some love.
And, and that is all we have today.
I think we're good. Nobody minds when meetings end early. At least I don't.
No, I don't either.
But
Okay.
there is a lot. I mean, we are starting to see a much faster roadmap of product enhancements, and AI obviously is fueling that. So these did you knows are going to become more and more useful for you as we continue to enhance the platform, and obviously get compliance teams comfortable with some of the enhancements. But I just got off a call talking about even more AI, ideas that blew my mind I hadn't even thought of, so what's possible, we probably haven't even imagined, and it's just going to get better, and we will keep you ahead of the curve.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for joining us today. We really appreciate you.
Thank you so much, everybody. We really appreciate you.